Hi BookTube, I'm a Rebecca without my Sarah, and today I'm talking about some 5-star predictions. I feel like this is so easy for me, because I hand out 5 stars like the candy. So I'm not really sure who did this for the first time, but I've seen a lot of other booktubers do it. If you know who did it first, let me know, or maybe I'll find out by the time I post this and it'll be linked below. Go me, doing research before I do my videos. The first book I want to talk about is kind of recent, but I haven't heard it talked about too much yet, and it's The Opposite of Always by Justin A. Reynolds. This is about a boy who meets a girl named Kate, and he really likes her, and then she dies. And then I don't know if he's like reliving a day and is trying to figure out a way to save her, or if he figures out he can kind of time travel and Kate's alive and he's gonna try to save her. But I feel like it's gonna destroy my soul, and that's probably why I'll give it 5 stars. I think I'm gonna cry. Or like, as much as I cry in books, which is like, I get a little teary and then I move on. Next up, I think I'm really gonna enjoy Parable of the Sower by Octavia E. Butler. I have read one Octavia E. Butler so far. It was Kindred, and it was so good. And this is a post-apocalypse Octavia E. Butler book, so I'm sold. I have heard wonderful things about this, and I desperately want to read more Octavia E. Butler. I own like so many of her books and haven't read enough of them yet. Next up is a nonfiction. It's just a memoir. It's Where Am I Now? True Stories of Girlhood and Accidental Fame. It is Mara Wilson's memoir, and I loved her growing up. I would say like the first fictional character I felt like I really connected with and related to was Matilda. She just kind of like came from a family of people who didn't really read very much, and she was the weird one, and I kind of felt like that with my family too. Not that my family was not like the family in Matilda at all. I still love her now. I started like seeing her tweets, and then I was like, oh my god, Mara Wilson, you're still wonderful and relatable, and I still feel like I'm connected with you in some way. So I'm really excited to read this. I started reading like the first few pages just when I got it, and I was already like invested. Next up is a book that everyone already read. It's The Book Thief by Marcus Zusak. And I think this is about library stuff in World War II. I've had some things spoiled for me, but I still really want to read it, and I still think I'll really like it. I'm not sure when I'll get to it because like I've read so many books that take place in World War II recently, and the final book I want to talk about I've had on my shelf for ages. I bought it in Seattle, Portland. I confuse the city sometimes. My husband and I were in Portland. This was before BookTube. This was before I even really used Goodreads very much, I think. And we went into Powell's bookstore, and I picked up this book because it sounded cool and I liked the cover, and then I never read it, and my husband read it and he's like, when are you gonna read this book? I think you're really gonna like it. I really think I'm gonna love Beauty Queens by Libba Bray. It just feels like my sense of humor, my type of story. I think it has a lot of tropes that I really like. I've enjoyed Libba Bray, what I've read from her so far. I really need to get to this, and that's part of the reason why I'm putting it on this list, because I'd like to get to these books soon, so please hold me accountable so I finally fucking read Beauty Queens, because I want to, and look how cool this cover is. It's so cool. Okay, so those are some 5-star predictions. I will hopefully get to them this year even, so I can do a follow-up video and see if I actually really liked them or not. Let me know if you read any of these, and what star rating you gave them so I can ignore you. Join me next time when I'm talking about some other stuff.